Okay, it's your Auntie Kim coming back at you once again for the 99 and the 2000s. I haven't done one of these music award show reviews in a while because I'm just going to be honest with you. I have become so disenchanted with the way the music industry has turned and whipped and nay-nayed its way out of my heart and into the trash. And I don't know why, but for some reason I felt like I wanted to do one for the Soul Train Awards because I was hoping that they do it some justice. But it was very lukewarm for me. And before I get this award show review started, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. If any of you stray stands for certain artists come on this page and don't understand my type of review, you want to label me a hater and all this other stuff. I have almost 50 years. No, let me bring that down a notch. I have almost 40 years worth of music experience, music knowledge. And unlike some people, I don't believe in sugarcoating or just yes menning my way through music. I think music is very important. And I think artists, if you really love an artist, you'll tell them the truth because that way they can understand what it is they need to bring you or give you in return. And I do think this generation is missing out on a lot of good music from their artists because you're allowing them to be pretty much mediocre, just like your knowledge of music is. But I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I know when somebody's singing flat. I know when someone is not totally into what they're doing. I could tell when a person is not giving you their all. I can tell when a person is really feeling their music and really trying to give you a story. It's a lot. Music is real with me. You know what I'm saying? So when I give a music review, if you don't like it, tough titty, move on to somebody else's account. I believe in telling the truth on my account. And I'm going to give it to you no other way because that's Auntie Kim's motto. Give you the real, I mean. And so y'all going to see me looking down because I'm on my little Amazon Fire Pad or whatever. Because I took notes. And anytime I do an award show, I take notes so I can really tell you how I felt at that moment that something was going on. But tonight's review is going to be brought to you by Heineken's. They ain't giving no money for this, but I'm drinking it. Because I got to keep my whistle wet or I'll be sounding like, I've been coughing up dust. Now, I look at a lot of things. I'm very observant of a lot of things. You're talking about somebody who has been watching award shows since the 80s. Yeah, so I've been watching them for a while. And, everybody, complains about, things aren't as good as they used to be. And that's the truth. And I don't want to come off as that's the only review that I have. But let's just kind of go into some of the first things that I noticed about the award show. Number one, the celebrities skipped this motherfucker. The celebrities did not show up and show out like they usually do. I could tell you that audience was full of fillers. You know how you have all the celebrities, and then you have the celebrity entourage, and then you have seat fillers. The whole concert, the whole building was seat fillers. It just looked like a whole conglomerate of side chicks and side niggas. I didn't see, how usually, during the show they'll pan to a celebrity. All I kept seeing is bad lace front and knockoff crown case makeup. I'm like this. I don't knock nobody for being able to get into a concert because my fat ass had been there if I was in the state too. But you could tell by the fact that number one, BET is no longer owned by black people. And you could tell it was missing star power. There was really no star power for the show other than the people that were performing. And when that happens, when, 85% of the people that you're giving awards to didn't even show up to get your award, it's time to go on and turn the lights off on this show. and it's time for them to morph it into something that stars want to start attending again. Because the Soul Train Music Awards is a wrap for me. I'm just being straight up with you. If I was an A-list celebrity, I wouldn't come either. And that's probably because of management. So I'm going to just keep on going. Starting with the hosts. Now, I love Tisha Campbell and I love Tashina Arnold. I love them. I love them. I love them. I have loved their work over the years. Some girls been singing together since they were teenagers. And I've been a fan of them back then. But them as hosts was a lot of over the top. It was the usual over the top singing. The Tashina, oh my goodness. I love your voice. But both of them always sing like everything is a Broadway song, and it is not always warranted. And it's crazy, you know, because sometimes it's just not necessary, you know. You know, sometimes it's just sing it sexy, sing it young, sing it loose, sing it wild, you know. But everything is not a Broadway stage play belting or two. It was too much. And it was, you know, they're two funny women when they're acting out skits or whatever or on a show, but I could tell a lot of what they were doing was improv. You know, they was doing it as they was thinking of it as they was going along. And after a while, it got to be a little bit corny. Some of it was funny and cute and quirky. But after a while, as 40, maybe 50-year-old women, it gets to be a little, it ain't funny. I love them, but they just didn't take me over the top like Erykah Badu can as a host. Or maybe, like maybe Monique, you know, but it just wasn't, they didn't do it for me as host. Now, as far as the performances are concerned, I'm going to go through each of these and I'm going to explain what that performance was for me. And, I'm going to start with the BBD because I'm going in raw. BBD has not skipped a step. Do you hear me? I'm talking about, these are entertainers, you know, and when you get someone that is an actual entertainer, they're going to give you the dance moves, the singing, the show, the instrumental, the solos, the breakdown. They give it all to you. They do. Well, of course, they're a part of New Edition. So New Edition is known for choreography, writing good lyrics and dancing and all that. And as BBD, just a piece, them boys is bad. You hear me? They come up there looking good. They come up there clean moves, vocals on point. But let me just go ahead and say this up in the beginning because it annoyed the shit out of me. Because the band was too loud and the mics weren't loud enough. And I think that shit should have been covered in the sound check. But for some reason, I don't understand. I cannot stand for a singer that doesn't have a strong voice because they're known for singing ballads, soft, sweet ballads, have to strain their voice to sing over a 20-piece, 30-piece band. They should have scaled that shit down. Because it ain't the MTV Music Awards. Or Video Awards, I mean. So it's no need to have no big stage like that to the point where the band is rapping around the stage. They were too loud and the vocalists seemed to have to strain to sing over them to even be heard. Some of the prettiest runs, I've missed them because the damn band was too fucking loud. And that shit annoyed me to no end. So then, next I'm going to go to Jacquees. Now, Jacquees came out there on some miniature sex symbol shit. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it kind of fell flat because his pants was too damn starched. And his jacket was too fucking big. And when he went to grab his balls, his hands was still down there damn near by his knees because his pants was starched that fucking hard till he couldn't even pull them up to make you feel, you know, like I'm a man, you know. So it was like almost like watching your teenage brother that's like 15, 16. He looked like he's turning into a young man, but not quite. So you feel like a pedophile looking at him any old kind of way. He just didn't do it for me. His voice is fucking annoying live. I think he was awesome on Vine, you know, singing, or online when he just sings a couple of notes and he's done with it. But like singing a full song, he is just not that. He ain't that nigga. He ain't that one that's gonna sing a song like, for example, Carl Thomas can sing a song from beginning to end and make you feel it from beginning to end. He's the type nigga that he's a hook nigga. He can sing the fuck out of a hook. But he's too damn monotone. Oh, his monotone singing annoyed me. Oh my goodness. And I think he loves the letter E a little bit too much. That E. He puts the letter E on words that have no E's in the whole word. I don't get it. And then to make, you know, it even worse, he has a 3-piece backup. 3 singers in the back. Damn, I know. He got 3 singers. So that's 3 people singing. 3 people behind you sing a 2-part harmony. And then the shit jumps keys. So you're pretty much singing this, which ends up sounding like the dial tone on the house phone that used to hang on the wall. So the harmony was like on the wall, on the chalkboard. Then he's singing E's. And then they pan to the office and the women like, hey. Them hoes tone deaf or just thirsty, hoping that they get seen so they can maybe get with them later on after the show. But it ain't nothing vocally. It's like taking us back to when Trey Songz went through his Billy Goat phase, where everything sounded like, and everything like, you know, it was almost like it was too fucking much. And so if I never hear Jacquees again until he gets vocal lessons, it'll be a day too soon. But I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how hard you stomp on the stage as background singers. You'll never be Jodeci. I mean, a lot of what they were doing, a lot of what Jacquees was doing on stage is pretty much ripped from a page, Jodeci's notebook, you know. But it was just missing too much. It was missing the key changes, the soul, the energy. It just was missing too much. It was just missing too much. It was missing the strong vocals. It was missing, like, when all the backup singers came and it was 4 of them standing on stage, I was expecting harmony after Yin Yang. It turned out to be 3-part harmony. 4 people should not be singing 3-part harmony. 3 people should not be singing 2-part harmony. 5 people should not be singing 3, maybe 4-part harmony. Y'all need to learn how to not be afraid to spend less money on name brand clothes and more money on training. If you're gonna be out here call yourself entertaining people, get you some music lessons, get you some training so you know how to really entertain people, because y'all are doing the bare minimum, and I can tell. Then they made my night because they brought out John B. John B looking good, looking good, looking good. He came out there in that money green velvet, and his voice on silky smooth. He had his fade cut, so you know he went to the hood and got his fade cut. I'm telling you. And that boy sang, But what made me mad was that the fucking band was mic'd louder than a DC-10 airplane. I don't even know if them the real numbers and letters. I'm just saying that shit. So you could tell he was struggling to hit runs. He was struggling to sing. He was struggling. But his voice was so fucking awesome. It was nice to hear him again. I would really like to see him in concert. And I hope that shit happens real motherfucking soon. And close by to where I live. Now, here's backup vocalists. John B's backup vocalists didn't come to play with none of us. They snatched all my mustache hair off. I was like, They singing 4-part harmony. They sound good. And that's what lets you know that they rehearsed before they came to the show. And they actually took time to arrange, coordinate, and execute what they learned. You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad that we have to keep saying, you know, back in the day, back in the day, back in the day. But truly, back in the day was a time where we were given such jewels in music. These were some amazing artists, and we just don't have that now. And people are more concerned with being stans and arguing with each other on whose artist is better. But y'all aren't willing to tell your artist you need to do better. Why are you singing 3-part harmony and it's for y'all? You know, why? You know? So I was really excited when John B came out, and he did not disappoint. I'm just letting you know. Then another one of my favorites came strolling out that sumbitch. Darnell motherfucking Jones. Now, whoever gave him a mic that worked. That mic was crisp. And I could hear everything. His vocals were so strong. And he has a unique voice. It is not the most melodic voice, but he does what he needs to do with what he needs to do with it. And so him singing my favorite songs, you know, girl, you know what the he was all I needed. However, Darnell, I don't know what Darnell was doing with that jacket. He came out there with that little velvet shirty jacket. I guess that was the 90s. He came out there with that velveteen shacket, you know, and he with the little rhinestones on it. Like he just got it in the mail today from Fashion Nova. He came out there with the with the black silk shirt with the ruffles, you know. You ain't even dressed like that during the 90s. What the fuck is you dressing like that in the 2000s? I don't know what happened. He must didn't have no budget. And he came late. And so he said, just give me that. And threw it on and came on out that bitch. But that jacket was, I give that shit a 0. That shit was ugly. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just glad he came out there and at least performed songs that I liked. He did very well. So I'm proud of Darnell Jones. I could use a concert from him and John B together. I'm speaking it into existence. And make sure it's close by my house. Yeah, okay. So next, they did a soul cipher. You know, I guess that's kind of like the rap cipher. They do the singing version of it. And I'm just be honest, they could have left that shit out. They could have left it out. Or let me take that back. I don't think they could have left it out. I think they could have left some of the people they put in it out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to go down the line. BJ, the Chicago Kid. Look. Your voice is just pure, unadulterated, extra regular soul. And what I mean by extra regular, I'm not saying that it's not of value. Don't fuck around and get your feelings hurt. Anybody that come for me about BJ. His voice awakens my soul. Do you hear me? That boy's voice is like a part of saving R&B. And or I wouldn't say saving it, but keeping it alive. Because it's just, his voice is so authentic. He's so cool with it. It's comfortable for him to sing. It's like he's not trying to be anybody else but himself. Because I can't stand when like a popular artist come out, everybody try to jump on the bandwagon and sound just like them. And after a while, you just be like, oh, sounds like somebody else I know. His voice is unique. It's distinct. And him opening the cipher, I was ready. And I think that's kind of why I kind of like, for me, a little bit for the cipher, because it started way up here on the mountaintop, and then it kind of went down, and you know, type thing. I think this cipher shows how they really don't know how to pair people. They really kind of throw things together on the show to just actually put on a show because it's, oh, we need to throw in we need to do a Soul Train musical board, so we need to have people perform. Hey, will you perform? Nah, I ain't gonna be able to make it. Well, get somebody else. You know, that's how this show was put together. You could tell this show wasn't no, you know, everybody's gonna show up except Beyonce type thing. Now nobody's showing up. And so the cipher was pretty much like that. It was such a mix and match of people. And because of that, it really didn't. I'm going to tell you like this. It got to the point where I just stopped. I stopped watching the show. So if I missed some people on this review, that's why. Because I didn't finish the show. Because I was pretty much over it. Because of the zigzag and how they put it. It was just thrown together. So after BJ comes out in the Soul Cypher, and I'm like, oh, this is going to get better. You know. Then they had Queen Naija come out. I may not be pronouncing that too much. And I remember her from Vine. And I remember she was doing a whole bunch of other stuff. She wasn't singing. I know she wasn't. That's not to say she wasn't singing in the background, doing something else on, you know, in her own day to day. But she came. Her performance came off like she did it because she was asked, but she really didn't want to do it. You know, she was doing the minimum. You know, she was hitting a couple of runs here and there, but she was holding on to that Burberry scarf like, okay, I better keep this on my shoulder so they don't think I just came here in my comfortable clothes from the house, you know. But I just would have sat this one out till after I had the baby and then came on that bitch. G'd up to the nines, straight up G'd up to the nines with every name brand you want to wear, you know, because nowadays that's all people do is put on a bunch of name brand clothes. But I wouldn't have just thrown that Burberry scarf on it on a shirt and some pants with my belly sticking out. Hit a couple of runs and then looked like I didn't want to be there. I just could have used a little bit more emotion from her while she was singing. Then who came? Luke James. I'm gonna sit with this for a minute. Luke James. I love some Luke James. I'm just gonna say it. I love some Luke James. Luke James, like musically, talent wise, is like to me could be like the Marvin Gaye of this time. But with the atmosphere of the music industry, I don't think they will ever let Luke James be a great artist that he is. It doesn't make any sense that Luke has, you know, what, videos under his belt, good music under his belt. He's toured with Beyonce. He has a hit TV show on television. People know him, but for some reason, it just feels like no matter what they do with him, we're always being reintroduced to Luke, like as if he's never been here. And I feel like after a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy put into something, with the level of talent that he is, he should be a much bigger star than he is. And when I say that, I don't mean that he has to be mainstream popular. I'm talking about, I feel there's a certain level of respect and there's a certain level of support that we should be giving Luke James that we don't. Every time I see him, it's almost like, who's this new artist? And I don't understand that, because when he sang in the Cypher tonight, it seemed like he didn't know what he was singing. It seemed like he was just ad-libbing and throwing things in there. And it just didn't feel like a seasoned artist that he should be by now. you know. And so, and I think some of that kind of falls on Luke James, because every time I see him, he just looks like he just left the house. Like he's about to go run an errand. And I feel like, I'm not saying he got to be Liberace out this bitch. Got to be sequins and hats and all this other stuff. Like, but like, for example, when you see Usher dressed the part. Chris Brown dressed the part. You know, Luther had his, he was the type to dress up. And then like you got some of them, like Tank be naked. Tank can't keep on a tank top. But that's neither here nor there. But Tank is another one that he took entirely too long to. It shouldn't have took for him to be recognized, because that man is a fucking genius too. But back to Luke James. But for me, Luke James, I don't understand. If you open up for Beyonce, you should be on NSYNC level by now. NSYNC was like, why? I feel like he should be like at superstar, because he is too fucking talented to be around here still looking like he the opening act for the dude that do puppetry down the block around the corner, for liquor. I just think Luke James is at the point now where he should be bigger than what he is. Musically, entertainment-wise, I just think, I don't know. And again, I do think it has a lot to do with Luke really having no persona, no personality that sets him apart, It's no reason why that man got these kind of pipes that he can blow the cover off of a mic. But every time we see him, he's like second fiddle. He's either playing someone else or he's opening for somebody else. Luke James, talent-wise, is a headliner to me. And I don't care what nobody say. Say what you want to say. That's what I feel. Shit. So, then Kelly Price. Kelly Price, vocally, is everything I aspired to be when I grow up. And I better do that shit within a short period of time, because I'm getting old. But Kelly Price's voice cannot be denied. And her singing at her bare minimum was blowing the wigs off of everybody else on stage with her. And I don't care how she tried to reel them in to kind of reciprocate what she was giving. They could not touch it. The only person up there could have stuck with her was Luke James, but I think it may have been an off night for him because he didn't have the energy to really give it back. Man, that boy. Anyway, Kelly Price, I would just like to tell you that I love you from the bottom of my heart. You are everything. Vocally, you are, they call Brandy the vocal Bible, but I really do feel you the vocal Bible too, because your runs, your vocal quality, your power, it's everything. And but I feel like this cipher was it was really mismatched, because it was a powerhouse with a newbie, with a street, with internet fame. It was just really it was disjointed. So I really didn't feel it. I think they could have done better with matching that cipher up. But again, I feel like this whole show was thrown together at the last minute. Now, I don't know who this Cassius Clay, I don't know who that is. I don't know who this. Let me see what his name is. I'm gonna look this joke up. Let's see. Okay, performances wise. Let's see, performers. Now, you know, they always have these little snippets where people that actually have talent, it's like they're singing to the commercial. And so when they come up, they have little to no time to perform. And so if they don't go ahead and hurry up and hit as many of the runs and other things that they're going to do, they pretty much about to go to commercial. And I feel that's very disappointing when they do that. Now, they had... Okay, I'm trying to look for the performers. Give me 1 second. Performers. Now, they had the main stage. So, that was all of the main artists. Let me see. Okay. And then they have like the little side stage where they introduce people to us. Cautious Clay, he didn't make use of any of the time that he was up there. He sounded dry. It was just, I feel like vocal quality on his part, I give him an A for that, because his voice was raspy and I liked that a lot. But it was like he was disappointed that he didn't have much time to perform. So it was like, and then when I saw the saxophone standing in front of him, I was like, oh, he finna play the saxophone. I'm finna get the works, you know. But he didn't make good use of his time at all. Because I'm sorry, if they tell me, okay, look, when I introduce you, you got 2 minutes, I would have had a fire breather, somebody hitting backflips in the background. I would have had a fire-ass background, and I would have picked the mountain of my song. Because, you know, there's songs that start off in the valley, and then it hits that mountain where the notes are off the chain. I would have started at the mountain. I would have did a 1 minute of going up there and 1 minute of just wearing that audience out till they sent me to commercial. And these artists, look, if you know you ain't got but a minute on there and you got a minute to leave or 2 minutes to leave an impression, you better make the most of that motherfucker. And Cautious Clay, I'm sorry, but you didn't do it. You was like, you know, you was just bald, like you was balling. They even bought you up there. And I'm sorry they did that to you, but if you didn't want to be up there, you should have said no, because you bored us to death. I was bored. And that's the God honest truth. And if y'all go back and watch, you see he looked like he didn't want to be there. So then we're going to go to Erica and this Legend Award. Number one, first of all, I'm glad it's about damn time that they finally gave the Legend Award to an actual damn legend. Erica been around doing this shit for a hot minute, and she's been doing it to her own beat, to her own drum, to her own pace, own flavor, and everything she dropped, I'm just saying, it's a jewel to me. It may not be to other folks, but she's a jewel to me. And I like the part where she said her mom told her she was the best. And at times, she said, at times I felt like I wanted to dim my light. My mom would turn it right back on. And I think that is important when you're dealing with a child that's different. A lot of times people want to tell that child, you know, or make that child conform to what is, you know, popular or what is safe. And I think had she not had the mother that she had that kept turning her light on, we would have never had the jewel that is Erykah Badu, that teaches us to be ourselves. It's because I really do think, I'm gonna be honest with you, if it wasn't for Erykah Badu, we wouldn't have Solange. And I feel like the world would be a fucking dim place if we didn't have Erykah Badu and Solange. And I'm just going to say that. And if y'all don't feel that way, I don't give a fuck. This is my damn video. That girl is like, it's so many people that have come out behind her that we never would have had if it wasn't for her. And I'm watching your daughter. I'm watching both of them midgets. I'm watching them because I feel like her daughter is going to be the oldest one. She's gonna be like a continuation, but them two daughters, oh, And congratulations to your son getting in college. I know you've been there a while, but congrats. But when she was performing, you could hear a pin drop in that building. When it was just her and that screen behind her flashing the graphics, you could hear a pin drop, because they were like, I know they was watching her like that, because I would have been there sitting there watching her like that, scared to even move, because I think I'd missed something. But when she finally let that curtain up and she had a background singers, and I'm just gonna say this. Her background singers, this set of background singers, stellar. And I'm done with that, because I don't want to do any preferential treatment, but Erykah Badu knows how to pick background singers that do not take away from not only her brand, but take away from her gift, but take away from her message and how she delivers that message. And I like that about her, because over these years I've been listening to her background singers have never been subpar. They've always been stellar. And that's how I feel about that thing. And they look good too. All of them. And that's ALLUM. All of them. All of them. But let me say this too about Erykah Badu. You know, I was going to say certain things about Erykah Badu, and, you know, where I start going into my sermon type speeches and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that. I changed my mind about doing that, because everybody that listens to Erykah Badu has a different experience of Erykah Badu. And I don't want to make it seem like my experience of Erykah Badu is more than anyone else's, because one person may listen to her and get one message, and one person may listen to that same song and get a different message, because that is the type artist to deliver her message and let you take from it what you need. You know, so that's why I don't really want to get too deep into what I thought I was going to say about Erykah Badu, because when listening to her, my experience is my experience, and it is almost like writing in a diary. I don't want everybody to know that experience that Erykah Badu has for me, and I don't want to know yours. Just know she's for everybody. And I don't say that in a way like these dudes out here for everybody, or these hoes out here for everybody. I don't mean it that way. Okay, then we came across, let's see, and a lot of these folks I don't know, and I'm just being honest, because a lot of these folks, like, I really don't listen to gospel music too tough. Just no artists really capture my spirit, other than like Still the Clark Sisters, her daughter, you know, her nephew, you know. I listen to them, you know. I listen to The Walls, but a lot of this gospel music I don't really listen to. It just don't really catch me. But then we got Corinne Hawthorne came out. I've never heard of her before, and that's not her fault at all. It's just I really don't listen to the radio no more. I don't watch, you know, videos anymore. Most of the video channels don't even show videos no more anyway. So a lot of times I don't get to catch. I don't listen to the radio, so I'm not exposed to new artists as they come out. And that's my fault. I pretty much listen to what I want to listen to. But what's her name again? Corinne Hawthorne. I think her voice is beautiful. I didn't care for her outfit. I mean, it just looked straight Fashion Nova, and it didn't flatter her too much. But I can say I did enjoy her. Her voice, like her tone, her skill, I like that. But her choice of outfit was a bit off. Her performance was decent, but it was forgettable for me. But that pleather top and them Fashion Nova khaki camo pants, it was okay. And then Ari Lennox. Now, I might sit here for a minute. I've been listening to Ari Lennox from off of YouTube. I've been listening to a lot of her music from off of YouTube for a long time. And now, she falls in the realm of, like, Corinne Bailey Rae. You know, along that lines. Her tone is so Billie Holiday for me. But she's another one I feel like, even though she's very talented, she just hasn't taken off the way she deserves. I think she deserves to be up in that her, you know, and SZA, you know. I think she's in that level. I think she should be up there at that level. But for some reason, I guess, I don't know what happened. But it's not like she should, you know, be going anywhere, you know. So she's young, so she still has time to make it to that level. And I think that that shit should happen soon, because that girl's voice is awesome. I don't know why, but the people that performed on, like, the side stage where they performed like 2 minutes and then cut to commercial, they just seemed like they just was, I don't know, mad or just not inspired, or just, I don't know, the facial expressions. And if you have time, because you know BET is going to show this show 400 times. So go back and watch this video, watch the show again after you watch this video. And both of them looked like they was just hurt or angry, like somebody said something to them, like, just go out there and hurry up and come on off the stage. And so they went out there like their feelings was hurt and they was mad, and they just did it because they had signed a contract saying that they was going to perform. So, but I just, it was just really not the same with that performance. But I do love Ari Lennox, and I think that she deserves to be bigger than what she is. But time will tell, hopefully soon. Then we're going to go over to the Lady of Soul Award. Faith Evans. I feel about Faith Evans in the same way I feel about Kelly Price. They are vocal beasts. And they do it effortlessly. You could feel the soul, the spirit in their voices. You can tell that their lyrics are coming from a real place. And you can tell they are the creators of their music. It's different when you have a bunch of people write for you. And it's different when you have that you're able to write your own music. But it's also, even if somebody else writes your music, you could tell they have a relationship with the writers, so that the writers can tell them how to convey the message of that song. Because it always comes out in how they perform. And Faith Evans, you know, she deserved that Lady of Soul Award. She deserved the accolades. She deserved the time to perform some of her greatest hits that that still are necessary today. They're still valid today. They're still what we need to hear, because they talk about real life and relationships, and, you know, things, ups and downs, and the things that you go through, and that is what's missing from music. So when she got up there and performed, now, mind you, I remember when Faith first came out. Faith was like this shy, you know, background, like, you know, I will write the fuck out of your song, but I'm not quite the performer as yet, you know. But she owned that stage tonight, baby. She looked good. Her body was snatched. Her lace front was whipped. Her face is always beautiful, you know. And girl, Faith, you was looking good, girl. So married life does look good to you. And then she turned around and Carl Thomas came out there. He was looking good. They were looking like they coordinated their outfits, so they accented one another. His mic was crisp. Her mic could have been a little louder, you know, but it was good, you know. And then the balloons came down. That was beautiful. So then I got during her performance, I got a shot of Kid and I got a shot of Play. They are not aging well. That shit scared the fuck out of me. God bless them. I hope they still healthy, but that shit was scary. I'm sorry. That's my fault. My bad. You know. But you know, when you see an artist or a person that's your age, but they look old enough to be your dad, it scares you. So I'm sorry, but I just had to say that because Auntie Kim be. Anyway, another thing. This show didn't hardly give out any awards. I like the awards. Did I miss something? Did they give them out in the parking lot? You know, I don't know. I just remembered, okay, Lettucey got the Soul Train Certified Award. While she up there looking like Anita Baker with her dreadlocks cut off. Daniel Caesar won an award. Her won an award. Erykah Badu won an award. I don't know if anybody. That's 4 awards. You talking about? That's all. I remember when awards used to be. Damn, my knuckles ass. What happened? Did I punch some biscuits or something? Anyway, I just didn't remember award shows being this short on awards. You know, it's an award show. You want to give at least 10 awards. You know, best album, best vocalist. Best male vocalist, best pop rock or something, you know, but they just didn't give out hardly no awards. I mean, hey, the show was already short like shit, because most award shows be like 2 to 3 hours. This one was like 27 minutes, and most of them were commercials. But you could tell that the Soul Train Awards is about to go bye-bye. If it ain't about to go bye-bye, it needs to. And they need to revamp, and they need to put on another award show that actually honors people of color and their contributions to music and entertainment. It makes no sense that this award show is this fucking lame. And that's my reality. And I guess that's why I hardly don't nobody show up but the neighborhood. BET, I would tell y'all to do better, but who is y'all? I don't even know who owns y'all anymore. So, that is my review of this award show. I would have went lengthy, but I think I did good with my award show review went longer than the award show. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this award show review of the 2018 Soul Train Music Awards. But just in all honesty, y'all are just not going to get the quality music and entertainment that y'all deserve, because either those artists are the announcers, they just come to fill the seats, or y'all let them sing during the 2-minute break while y'all are allowing, you know, our genre to die. But then we have to wait till the Rap Awards or the MTV Music Awards or the MTV Movie Awards or the VH1 something. It's just like Soul Train. Why y'all even having an award show anymore if y'all are not going to give it the justice that it deserves? It's like it died with Don Cornelius. I remember the Music Awards, Soul Train Music Awards used to be the show to watch. I almost didn't watch this some bitch. But anywho, it just reflects the interest y'all have in real soul R&B music. A lot of the artists now don't even show up. A lot of the ones that do show up look like they don't want to be there. And again, we really need to understand that there is more to music created by people of color than rap. And it's sad. I remember watching Michael Jackson moonwalk across that stage. I remember seeing Diana Ross perform and just being in awe of her beauty, her fashion choices. She was truly a diva. And I ain't talking about an asshole. I'm talking about a diva. A real diva. We had performers where you had stage performances that left you just with nothing but you just lost your you're just breathtaking. performances that you talked about the next day at work and school. I'm gonna forget this shit by the time I turn this damn camera off. I'm gonna have to edit the movie, but after that, I'm gonna post that shit and I'm gonna probably forget about it. But I'm really disappointed. I'm really fucking pointed. And I hate to be cussing so much, but when it's so much talent out here, it is so... Why? I didn't need to see Tashina and Tisha Campbell skim their way through some of the greatest hits in a comedic way. Our music is serious. It is a soundtrack to a lot of people's lives. And this show just didn't reflect that. And I was really disappointed in that. And I'm just going to leave on that note. I hope they do better next year. Or just cancel that sumbitch. Just cancel it. But please stop taking R&B and soul music. It's like it died with Luther and Aretha. It's like it's gone. It's just like, hey, you bored? Well, come perform at the Soul Train Music Awards. Alright, just come around for it. It'll be a trail out back for you. Alright, thank you. Damn, click. Whew, you almost didn't have nobody to perform. We got a D-lister. That'll work. Y'all gotta do better. Do better or cancel that shit. Auntie Kim signing out.